Evelyn, Frank, William, and Nicholas were standing at the border of Sundarban Forest, looking at their damaged car. "Nicholas, I had forbidden you to bring this rickety car, but I don't know how much you like this car. Don't forget, Evelyn, we have traveled from Mumbai to Sundarban in this car. All that is fine, but now how will we go further? The buffalo has gone into the water, meaning we will not be able to camp in the forest now." Just then, a person's voice hit the ears of all four of them. "Anyway, you cannot roam in this forest in this car." "Sir," a tall and broad person was standing in front with a jeep and was smiling at all of them. "My name is Joshua, sir. I am a guide as well as a driver. If you want to enjoy roaming in this forest, then sit in my jeep. Most of the tourists who come here, they travel in this forest sitting in my jeep only." All the four friends got on Joshua's jeep. Joshua started driving the jeep towards the unpaved road of the forest. Then all the four of them saw a paved road built inside the forest. Joshua was shocked to hear where this paved road was going. "Sir, this road has been built recently. You don't pay attention to it, we will go by this road." "What nonsense are you talking about? We will go by that road." "Sir, you are not understanding what I am saying. Sometimes strange, mysterious events happen in this forest. We have gone on an adventure. We have to see the mysterious events." Joshua was forced to take the jeep through that paved road. After the jeep went a long distance, it suddenly stops. "Why did you stop the jeep, Joshua?" Joshua immediately got down from the jeep and started looking at it. "What a beautiful and big mansion it is." Hearing Evelyn's words, all the three friends started looking at that mansion in surprise. "Joshua, you did not tell me that there is also a beautiful deserted mansion here. Maybe some big man must have built it for tourists like us." Nicholas had just said this when an old woman started staring at them. "Who are you all? Why, are you a policewoman here? If you want to save your life, then don't even think of going inside this mansion, because some time ago there was no name or trace of this mansion here. He does this to trap his prey. So you want to say that this mansion got built on its own some time ago? How is this possible?" The old woman looked at them and said in a heavy voice, "Nerve, it is not at all difficult for him to do this." Then suddenly it started raining there.
Please
"Come
like
on,
and subscribe.
let's all go inside. The rain of this jungle may make us sick." After some time, Evelyn, Frank, William, and Nicholas were looking at that old mansion with surprised eyes when suddenly the voice of that driver Joshua hit their ears. "I tell you all right now that I don't feel anything right here. We all should go back from here." William looked at Joshua after listening to him. Laughing, he said, "Look, Joshua, you villagers still live in the olden days. Nothing is as you are thinking. Will you hear alive from there? He killed our friends Evelyn and Frank in front of our eyes. You will have to tell why he disappeared after seeing you." "Who is that old woman?" she said in a strange way in a heavy voice while looking at both of them. "Naasnaas Jean, Naasnaas Jean." Naasnaas is a gene in a way when a gene has physical relations with a human woman and the child born to that woman is half gene and half human. Half of his body is not visible and the half body that is visible has become very scary. He can take the form of anyone, he can do anything. "But how do you know so much about him?" "Because he is my own child. My name is Nilima. 50 years ago, I was looking at the dense forest of Sundarbans carefully when my friend Rahul said to me, 'We feel that we should stay here tonight.' You are right, camping in the forest at night is a different kind of fun." Then suddenly an old man comes there and starts staring at both of us. "You both have not yet come out of this forest. Staying here at night is prohibited. Tonight we will stay here. Don't even think of doing this. You don't know that this area is haunted by a jinn. It is said that whoever stays in this area at night does not survive till morning. If you want your and your friend's safety, then go away from here." Saying this, the old man went away from there. Rahul said to me, "I thought that old man was a madman. Let's set up a tent here." Rahul and I set up a tent in the forest itself and slept. After midnight, suddenly I heard Rahul scream in my ears. As soon as I came out of my tent, Rahul's dead body was lying in front of me. Then suddenly I flew inside the tent at a very high speed. I felt as if some invisible force was tearing my body badly. I fainted. Next morning when I opened my eyes, I got very scared seeing my stomach. Then what happened next? Why did you get scared seeing your stomach the next morning? Because I had that jinn's child in my stomach. After that, even if I wanted, I could never get out of this forest. Earlier that Jinn did not let me go out of this forest, and now my child does not let me go out of this forest. Saying this, suddenly that old lady came and said, "The woman fainted." The next moment black smoke started spreading there. In no time that black smoke transformed into the same terrifying half-visible human and started staring at Nicholas and William. In a few moments the screams of both of them tore through the silence, and the skeletons of both of them were lying in the forest. It was midnight and all the people of the village were fast asleep. Bhima was preparing to irrigate his fields at night, but his wife Rukmini was stopping him from even going. If you have to irrigate your fields, then you should go in the morning. What is the need to go at midnight? You are not listening. The sound of dogs crying is coming continuously. The fields need irrigation right now, and I should go in the morning. Rukmini, it is very important for me to go now. Otherwise the entire crop will be ruined, and dogs often cry at night. People say that whenever dogs cry at night, then some bad omen definitely happens around the old ruins of that forest, and people mysteriously disappear and nothing is known about them again. You too, Rukmani. You are crossing the limits. I don't believe in these things. No, you should listen to me. Don't go today. I am not feeling right. Don't stop me, Rukmani. I am not going alone. I am taking my friend Wayne along with me. Saying this, Bhima left. On a cold night, Wayne and his neighbor Bhima went to irrigate the fields. The cold was at its peak. Both of them had lit a fire to protect themselves from the cold. Both of them were not far from that ill-fated ruin. Suddenly, a heart-rending scream was heard in their ears. The scream was of a woman. Hearing the scream, a wave of fear ran through Wayne's body. Bhima, did you hear something? Bhima, who was a tall and strong young man like his name, said, "Yes, I have also heard that scream clearly, which came from that ruin." Then suddenly the sound of crying and shouting with, save me," was heard again. Both of them got disturbed after hearing all this. Suddenly, Bhima decided something and took the stick in his hand and started walking towards the ruins. "What madness are you doing, Bhima? We should leave from here. I feel something is wrong. And I was not ready to come here tonight anyway. I have come here only because of you. Go away, you coward. Just think and see if a helpless woman is really in danger there. Should we not help her? Should we leave her there to die?" With this question of Bhima, Wayne became silent, and Bhima ran and entered that dreadful forest in no time. After a while, both of them were standing in the middle of the dense forest. Both of them were trying to see with wide open eyes in the dense fog. In the meantime, once again the screams of that woman reached their ears. Bhima and Wayne started running in the direction of the forest. They both had reached a little distance when someone came running from the front and collided with Bhima, and he fell on the ground with a thud. The woman who collided with him was a woman. Out of fear, she clung to Bhima and was screaming, save me, they will kill me, save me." Saying this, she lost her senses in Bhima's arms, and she fainted. Bhima lost his senses after seeing her beauty, and looking at Wayne said, "Go and bring water quickly, because it is important to bring her to her senses. Come to your senses, Bhima. I am not feeling well. Just look. I don't see anyone else here except this woman. Okay, if you will not go, then I will go. Okay, I am going." Wayne was lying there to get water. There, at a little distance, that ominous ruin was also present, near which there was an old well. As soon as Wayne reached near that well, suddenly the sound of hundreds of bells started coming from that ruin, and soon the ruin lit up with light. Suddenly, Wayne heard Bhima's heart-wrenching scream in his ears. Wayne immediately started running towards Bhima. But as soon as he reached, folded hands. "It is night now, this is the right time. Come with me, and yes, take all the petrol you have in this village, and all the villagers gather and come with me to that ruin." Saying this, all the villagers came to that ruin with Baba. Tantrik Agara closed his eyes. As soon as Agara closed his eyes, a very strong wind started blowing. After some time, suddenly Agara opened his eyes and said, "Keep it, Niranjan. Did you see anything with your divine sight?" "What did we see? I went to the past and saw everything." Tantrik Agara screamed and said, "Kalo, her name is Kalo. For many years, she kills the youth here and eats their bones along with the flesh of their bodies." Hearing the words of Tantrik Agara, terror started appearing in the eyes of all the villagers. This is the story of the British era when this village was famous as the village of revolutionaries. At that time, a woman used to live here in this ruin. Her name was Callow. Callow was a very beautiful and dangerous woman who had illicit physical relations with many British officers. Callow was an expert in doing black magic to please the devil and to always look young and beautiful. She used to forcefully capture the women and men of the village and sacrifice them, and after sacrificing them, she used to eat their raw flesh. When the revolutionaries got a hint of this, they got Callow bricked alive in the wall, but Callow had already made a deal of her soul with the devil. After dying, Callow became a devil, but now her time is over. Saying this, Agara started reciting mantras in a very loud voice. Suddenly, the wall of that ruin burst and a terrifying black-skinned woman came out of it. "Who is it?" But Agara did not reply to him and fearlessly went near Callow. And suddenly Agara caught hold of Callow's hand. As soon as he caught hold of Callow's hand, she started screaming badly. Everyone poured petrol on her and set her on fire. Everyone poured petrol on her and set her on fire, and soon Callow started burning and started screaming horribly. Suddenly Callow transformed into smoke and disappeared inside the ground. And that ruin broke down on its own.